Recently, Google's latest Search Off the Record podcast featured Elizabeth Tucker, Director of Product Management at Google, who shared some fascinating insights on their core topicality systems. For those of you wondering what that is, it's essentially how Google matches the topic of your search query with the content on a web page, like matching a digital pair of socks. Elizabeth Tucker, while chatting with John Mueller and Lizzi Sassman, described the intricate dance of Google's many systems that work together to rank web pages. She introduced us to the idea of topicality, which in layman's terms is about making sure that when you type in how to cook spaghetti, you don't end up with pages explaining the history of spaghetti or the socio-economic impacts of pasta production. Which, thank God that's a thing, because I do not need to be stuck going down a rabbit hole when searching for dinner recipes. One standout example Tucker mentioned is BERT, bi-directional encoder representations from transformers. Now, BERT isn't just a character from Sesame Street, it's a language model that helps Google understand the context of words. Imagine if you're trying to explain the plot of Inception to someone who's never seen it. BERT is like your nerdy friend who's seen it 10 times and can break it down for everyone else. In this candid conversation, Lizzi Sassman threw a curveball about user satisfaction. What does it mean to be satisfied when you walk away from a Google search? Tucker's response was eye-opening, saying, inside search quality, we think about so many important dimensions of search. We have so many systems. Obviously, we want to show content that's topically relevant to your search. In the early days of Google search, that was sometimes a challenge. Yes, there was a time when Google wasn't the know-it-all we've come to love and fear. Imagine asking a question and getting an answer that's only tangentially related. It's like asking for directions to the nearest Starbucks and being told how to roast your own coffee beans. Fascinating, but not quite what you needed. Tucker's insights didn't stop there. John Mueller raised the issue of biases in search results. And no, we're not talking about the personal biases of that one guy who still uses Bing. We're talking systemic biases. Tucker elaborated, there are all sorts of biases that we worry about when you're looking for information. Are we disproportionately showing certain types of sites? Are we showing more encyclopedias and evergreen results or fresh results with up-to-date information? It's a delicate balancing act. Google strives to provide a mix of sources, from large institutional sites to small blogs and even social media platforms. This diversity ensures that users get a well-rounded view of the topic, kind of like a search result potluck. One key takeaway from Tucker's revelations is that Google's search system is a complex, multifaceted beast. It's not just about authority or helpfulness, it's an orchestra of signals and systems working in harmony, or at least trying to. As Tucker pointed out, most of the systems I work with are trying to find the good. I've worked with some of our core topicality systems, so systems that try to match the topic of the query. But here's a fun nugget. Tucker mentioned that in the old days, Google struggled with understanding longer search queries. Like, if you typed in, how tall is Barack Obama? You might have gotten a result that just matched how tall. The introduction of featured snippets aimed to address this, providing direct answers rather than just keyword matches. Over the years, Google has evolved from being a keyword-centric search engine to one that understands the context and nuance of our increasingly verbose search queries. So what is the takeaway from all this? Google's core topicality systems are like the backstage crew of a theater production, ensuring that everything runs smoothly so you can sit back and enjoy the show. It's a constantly evolving process, leveraging advanced machine learning models and balancing multiple dimensions to deliver the most relevant and satisfying search results. So, if you want to rank higher in Google, it's best to take a full view approach. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket, because that doesn't hit enough signals. You need all the signals: content, relevant keywords, EEAT, featured snippets, social signals, backlinks, and of course don't forget usefulness. Hope this helps. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to get back to learning about the economic impact of pasta prices in Italy.